purpose of this lesson is to create a new bracket using SketchUp. So I will remove my person. I'm going to insert an image that I found from the internet. I called it bracket 9000. It's a JPEG file. All right, I like to snap to the origin, move outward. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose a different view. All right, yeah, I think I can work with this. We have a interesting looking bracket here. All right. Let's do a bit of resizing. So I'm going to click the tape measure. Now I know that I want this to be about 2 inches. So I'm going to select this point. I'm going to move over. I'm going to select this point. All right. And I'm going to type 2 on the keyboard. Inches, enter. Do you want to resize? Yes. Where did it go? I will pan to find it. There it is. All right. Now we must explode the image so that we can work on it. All right. Now let's see. What will I do? How will I tackle this? It looks like this edge works out here. So I think I will bring up the line tool. I will select this point. I will move all the way across. All right. Now what will I do? Let's see. Well, I don't need all of this stuff down here. So I'm going to remove that. All right, how else can I arrange this? Remember, there are probably multiple ways to do this. Some might be more efficient than others. You just have to experiment. I think I will draw another line going across here. And I should probably close this section off a little bit. I don't need all of this. There we go. Well, we'll try it and see how it works out. Let me delete some of these extra pieces here that I don't need. Oops. All right, bring up my eraser. Clean this up a little bit. I like to keep things organized. All right. Now I have to turn these into groups. So I'm going to right-click, double-click, then right-click, make group, and make group. Okay. Pan a little bit for your viewing pleasure. Let's see. I think that I want this piece right here. This will be the bottom piece. So let me select it. I'm going to move it. Snap it to the origin. All right. Now I want to lay. Oh, it is laid flat already. I can see that. Now, let's see, what else? How else will I tackle this? This is an interesting layout. It poses some challenges, but we will not give up so easily. We will persist. All right, I think if I take this piece right here, going to rotate it. I am going to rotate it around the red. So I will turn it red here. There we go. All right. Let me try and move this closer now. I will select. I'm going to move it closer. That is probably good. Now if I look here, everything lines up, which is nice. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you have to make minor adjustments. Now this piece right here, this is interesting. It looks like I need to do some rotating. So let's try and rotate this piece. Well, first we need to, let's see, we need to rotate it around the green. Lift it up. Okay. Now, it looks like I can take this piece and move it to the origin. There we go. I think I'd like to push it back just a little bit. Well, let's take a look here. Something seems off just a little bit. I could be wrong, but I think this piece needs to be rotated. Let's try it and see. All right. Bring up my rotate tool. This time I'm going to rotate it this way. And that would still be around the green. Let's try this. Ooh, look at that. That's nifty. All right. That worked. Let me move this to the origin, snap it in place, and now I will push it back. Zoom in a little bit. Pan for your view. Well, this might just work. This might just work. All right. Let's change to the parallel projection mode. All right. Let's see. Here we have the top view. So I will add a scene. I will call it top. Enter. All right. Let's see. Experimenting with my different views. Sometimes it can be confusing. I want this view in front of me right here. So that would be this button. Okay. I think that's right. Yeah. Click on the plus sign. I am now going to call this front. Okay. And then I believe I want this as my side view. We'll call this side. Enter. And yes, one more. Just in case we want the isometric view. We will call this ISO. And I will adjust the speed at which these transitions occur. Here we have the top, we have the front, and we have the side, and the ISO. All right, now, how shall we tackle this? Sometimes it's nice to pause and think, look at the different angles, assess the situation. Well, it looks like I might be able to create a nice rectangular shape of the whole base. Maybe we should try that. I will pull up the rectangular tool. Now we can always do adjusting if we need to. Looks like I may have been lucky that time. I will select orbit just a little bit. Push pull. Now I'm not sure how high to bring it, so I'm going to choose the front view. Looks like I want it about that high. All right. Orbit to the bottom. Again, choose the front view. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, in doing so, I notice that I might need to move my front view just a little bit to the side. Let's see. That's probably good. All right. Now, here we can swing over and we can turn on. Well, first I better go to the top view. Now we can swing over here, turn on our X-ray, and I notice that I need to create some unique shapes here. I can, of course, bring up the guideline tool, hit the hotkey T. All right, I'm going to come up to this line right here, this edge, and I'm going to create a guide. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's see. I will create a guide from this edge. Zoom in just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to come over. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. All right. Now, let's see. I will close off this area using the line tool, looking for the intersection. There we go. On the X. Let's come over here, looking for the intersection. Endpoint. All right. I might be able to push pull now. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Let me turn off X-ray mode so you can see better what we have done. All right. I like that. It's coming along. All right. What next? What is next? Well, let's go back to the top view real quick. Turn X-ray back on. Now it looks like we need to create this sweeping shape along here. There are several ways that we can tackle this. I think I will try to create. I will look for the midpoint here. Create a guide down to a circle opening. Now, let's see, I have a guideline here. I have a guideline here. One thing I noticed that is interesting is that it looks like these circles are not quite lined up, but that's what happens when we are dealing with brackets. To create a guide here. All right, let's see. I'm still focused on creating this unique shape here. So first I must mark off this point and this point. Let me bring this guy down. Right about there. All right, I think I got ahead of myself, boys and girls, so I will do a bit of cleanup. I know this can probably look a little confusing. So the only guideline that I have right now that I'm concerned with is this one. Now I'm going to create one more going across here. And that is probably good, right about there. Now I can use my line tool. Let's see, I will connect this intersection point. I'm going to come up to the midpoint here, and I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to come up to the midpoint. All right. Now I will close off this section here. There we go. I can remove this triangular piece here, and then I can create a sweeping arc. Hotkey A. All right. Click. Click. Let's see, that looks good. On face. Click. And then I can remove this piece. All right, now I should be able to do some push-pulling to remove this whole section. Let's give it a try. I will do it in regular mode. All right. Click. Ah, that is very satisfying. Very satisfying indeed. Okay. I feel like we are making some progress. All right. Now what? Back to X-ray. Let's take a top view. All right, it looks like we might need to tackle a circle situation for some holes. All right, I think I can remove this guide. I don't think I need this one here any longer. Okay, let's see. Well, probably the best thing to do is to bring in some guides for our circles. I will try to do this. Let's see. We can always adjust the placement if we need to. Oh, better yet, here I can find the center point. Click there. I can click there. All right, and then I can click here. But I'm trying to find a center point, and that might be good. So let's pull up C, hotkey C. There we go. I am making sure that my radius is red. If you've watched the other bracket videos, you will remember why that is important. It could be green as well, but I feel red right now, so I will click. Now, I might be able to push-pull all the way through. Let's look from below. There we go. On face. I think that worked. Yes, it did. It did indeed. Let's clean up that guide. We no longer need it. All right. Now, we have 2 more circles to create. And I think that I might just try eyeballing this, because I already have the guidelines that I can see here in the X-ray mode. So I'm going to do a bit of eyeballing. All right, my radius is red. I'm clicking. I'm going to come over here, right in the bullseye. I'm going to click. My radius is red. I'm going to click. All right. For your viewing pleasure, I will go out of X-ray mode. I will click push-pull. I will look underneath, on face. I will come down. Very satisfying. All right. Let's see, what's next? Well, one thing I notice is that this height right here needs to be lowered. So let's go to our side view. All right. I might need to do a tad bit of adjusting here. I will move up just a bit. There we go. All right. Side view. So what do I need to do? What do I need to do here? Let's create, well, I don't even think I need to create a guideline. Let's go ahead, select about this point right here. Come down to about here, making sure it's blue. Now it looks like I'm having trouble with the snap. Notice it will only go from this point down here, and I sort of want to meet this in the middle. So what I can do, I can come over here to this button, and I can choose snap interval. Right now, the snap interval is 1/16. Let me change that to 1/32. All right. Oops. 1/32 of an inch. Okay. It's being finicky today. 1/32 of an inch. And now, as you can see, I have a bit more freedom as to where I want to place this line. So I will click there. All right. Now, let's see, I'm going to move over to the edge here, which happens to be along this blue line. I'm going to click. Alrighty. Let's see what I have done. I've probably messed things up. I think I need to do a Control-Z. I see that I have done something in error. I think I'm trying to move too fast. All right, let's try that again. Side. Okay. Well, first thing I probably should have done is created. Yes. Yes. Side. Going to create this line here one more time. Probably should come all the way down. There we go. Come all the way over. Paying attention to my inference points. This is getting tricky. What am I missing? Maybe I should just come this far. Let's try that. Oh yes, because this is angled. Now I get it. All right. Now that I have created this line here, I'm going to create a line over, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see, red. Very good. Let's move out of X-ray mode. As you can see what I have done here. Okay. Persistence and patience is very important. All right. I'm going to remove this little piece here and that piece there. Notice it took away my... Oh, something looks funny. Oh, is it just the way I'm... Oh, there we go. I guess that's better. All right. Now, let's pull to this point, to this line here. Let's see if that will work. All right. And let's pull to this line here. That did work. Okay. And we need to get rid of these once more. There we go. I had to hit the delete key. Hit the delete key. All right. Wow. That was a lot. But we persisted. All right. Now. Very good. Very good. I think what we need to do is create this opening here. So it's probably best if I go to side view once again. All right, I will bring up my circle tool. That looks about right. There we go. Let's see if I can go out of X-ray mode. See what I need to do here. Oops. Going to pull this all the way through. Looks like I can bring it all the way to the other side if I wanted to. Maybe that would be a good idea. Let's try that. See what I did. Ah, interesting. Oh, that's not right. Control Z can be your best friend at times. I think what I'll do is I will make a copy of this circle here. Move plus Control. And I will just push it back on the red axis on this face here. That way I can then push-pull one at a time. Click. And through again. Click. There we go. Ah, that looks pretty good. All right, what am I missing? It looks like there is this piece here in the center. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go to the side view. Ah, okay. So, how will we tackle this? Well, we will experiment first. Let's see if I can draw a line from this point. Follow the image. Let's try that. Let's click that. Let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Now, that's not going to help us very much, but what if I kept this here, and then I brought this line upwards, right here. Click. Okay. Now, I don't want this line, so I'm going to delete it. All right, so now I can create a right triangle, maybe. Let's try it. Over. Click and over. Oh, there we go. Now, what if I found the midpoint here? Here's the midpoint. Let me mark it. There's our midpoint. What if I pushed this back? Let's try it. Let's see. Let's try the push-pull. Oh, that's not working. Maybe I need push-pull with Control. Oh, push-pull with Control actually created a new face for me. Snap it to the midpoint. All right. Is that the midpoint? Interesting. Let's back that up. I think I may have... Oh, the midpoint. Oh, I changed the midpoint because of this line right here. I wanted the whole midpoint. Well, I can do a quick fix on that. I can find the midpoint of this line. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's now try the push-pull again with Control. All right. Let's see. Delete. Okay, let's do a bit of cleanup. I know I've closed off some things, but in doing so, I think I have solved this problem here. Still looks good. All right, now I want to push-pull one more time, equidistant on this side. That looks about right. Clean up. Let's push-pull again here. Sometimes you have to go back and do checks to make sure things are right. Oh, it's looking excellent. It's really starting to come along. What am I missing? Oh, look at this. Look at the curvature. Let's go ahead and fix that. All right, let's see. Well, let's create a guide. I think this will be an eyeball, approximately 3/16. Okay. Let's see if we can do another guide over here to match. Approximately 3/16. All right. Now, let's do another guide. Let me... All right. Let's create one more guide. There we go. Approximately 5/16. Let's do the same on this side. See if I can line it up. Approximately 5/16. Well, we will see. We will see. All right. Let's go to X-ray mode. There we go. All right, I'm going to create a line from this X to the midpoint. I will do the same over here to the midpoint. Although that doesn't give me the angle that I was hoping for, but maybe I can create a sweeping arc here. Let's try that. Let's try. Click here. Click here. Make sure we're on face or tangent. Having a bit of difficulty. Sometimes the computer gets slow. But there we go. On face. All right, let's try that one more time. Side. Intersection. Let's try and push pull. Oh. Well, it's not perfect, but it definitely seems like it's definitely a quick fix. Let's try and repeat what we did over here. We chose this point, and we found the midpoint. We chose this point, we found the midpoint. Then we created an arc from here to here on face. On face. Let's push pull. Clean up. Well, I don't know about you, but I think this is very, very similar. Everything looks clean. I think this is ready for 3D printing. Thanks for tuning in, boys and girls. This is our bracket. We will call it a whatchamacallit. All right. The whatchamacallit.